kettlebells are my preferred tool. So I'm going to try and share with you today why that is. You all know what a kettlebell is, a cannonball with a handle on top. Has a thick handle offset center of gravity. This deceptively simple but unique design makes it different than a dumbbell or a barbell. You pick up a dumbbell or a barbell, the center of mass is right with your hand. Center of mass of the kettlebell is 6 to 8 inches below your hand, either projecting away from you or laying over on the back side of your wrist. This really changes or enhances certain moves. Overhead positions become easier, swings become a little more challenging, snatches become more challenging because now you're dealing with different lever arms. Thick handle involves your grip. Anything that gets your grip involved in your training is an awesome thing because your hand is one of the most important neurological things that you own, and a lot of our training tries to remove that from us. Kettlebells come in a variety of weights, as low as 8 to 10 pounds, as much as 106, and there's some companies out there that sell kettlebells heavier than that, although I haven't found much use for them personally. So why kettlebells? You know, we've got everything. We got bands, we got balls, we got bars, can't I just use a dumbbell? And that's how I started. In late 2001, I hooked up a dumbbell with about 50 pounds and I tried to do some snatches. I'd gotten the kettlebell book and I thought, oh, this is gonna be great, I'm gonna try this. After they finished reviving me, I decided, hey, I probably need to get trained in this. And so I went to the cert in February of '02. As Sean mentioned, the safety at the RKC, and when we teach, we don't look at safety as the opposite of performance. Safety is performance. Performance is safety. We look at those two things as the same thing. So we don't hope people stay safe in their training. We train you so that they are safe in their training. And we're very regimented about that. Convenience. With a few weights, there are kettlebell gyms that pop up and you spend a couple $1,000s on kettlebells and you've got your gym. All you need is the floor space to use them in. So setup costs are very small. For those of you that train out of homes, if you know the clients you've got coming up for the day, you can throw 4 or 5 kettlebells in your trunk and you're set. You've just be sure they're strapped down because they move. So, fun and time efficient. Too much of our training constrains us. Too much of our training has us sitting, pushing and pulling and doing different things. Kettlebells are that opportunity to get up, produce power. I remember hearing Juan Carlos talk, and I know you guys got to see him yesterday, and I love me some JC, so I'm a little upset that I wasn't here to see it. But he was talking about how he started doing some boxing training with his 64-year-old grandmother. And he said, it's dangerous for me because she gets in there and she has so much fun and she's pounding the pads that it just releases all this stuff from her. Kettlebell training, when you get that chance to produce power and really move weight and do the things that we teach you to do, it's very freeing from the traditional static, one plane movements because kettlebells move. And I can show you some swing variations that'll really take that to the next level. Hips and grips, or grips and hips. If you boil down kettlebell training into 2 major benefits, it's grips and hips. Your hands are going to get involved with this, is very important neurologically. Your hips, the ability to produce powerful, full hip extension is the key to athletic performance. Some of my friends have been fortunate enough to work with some NFL players, and Pavel and Jeff Newport were working with one player in particular, and this is an NFL athlete. Increased his vertical leap by 3 inches in an hour by showing him how to do the swing and how to open up his hip flexors. Most vertical training programs never accomplish that degree of improvement. So just learning how to move the body that way, very important. We'll talk a little bit more about the overspeed eccentric and why kettlebells are unique here in just a second. The RKC instructor, and is that coming up? Yeah, okay. On my screen, it's covering up part of the words and it's kind of freaking me out. As far as I'm concerned, the RKC is the gold standard in kettlebell instruction. Now you're talking to anybody remember the Gillette commercials? I liked it so much, I bought the company. Nobody here is old as me. Okay. Huh? Norelco. Yeah, well, see, there you go. I can't even remember the company. So, that's funny. I'm that guy, okay? I believe so much in this that this is a major part of my business, and so understand when I tell you I'll fully admit my bias, okay? But I think if you read the testimonials and you look at what we do, and some of the RKCs in the room can speak to their experiences at the RKC, we put on a heck of a program, and we have a great series and system to teach you. It is a 3-day, very intensive certification. How intensive? We have Marines who come back to us and say, that is the most demanding thing I've done since boot camp. Okay? When we say it is a physical challenge, we are not joking. We will test you, and we will find out if your form holds up under fire. And we are intent upon that. You will not show up and just get your gold star. You will earn your RKC certification.